katika ibada hii. Kukumbusha kwamba let us manage our funds in the church service the way you respect your church. This is also a church. I will also manage mine. Kwamba ni rasmi mlezi wetu wa host Kenyatta, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa Majeshi ya Ulinzi pamoja na mama taifa Mheshimiwa Kenyatta tayari wamejiunga nasi ambayo Mheshimiwa Rais wetu amekuwa akihubiri. Tukumbuke kwamba sote tuwe vyombo vya amani. Mtakatifu Francis wa Asisi akaomba akasema, Bwana nifanye chombo maziwa na hata asali. Alituweka hapa kwa sababu, alituweka hapa kwa nia, lengo na hata shabaha. Tuzidi kumshukuru kwa ajili ya nchi yetu ya Kenya, nchi ambayo imejaa rutuba, wengi husafiri. Sherehe hii ya leo ni sherehe ya kumbukumbu. Kumbuka matendo mema ambayo Mheshimiwa Rais tulipewa nafasi ya pili kama wachapakazi. Jipigieni makofi the State House for attaining second position in our performances. Na sasa najua tuko number 1 kama sijakosea. Ama mnaonaje? Tukimshukuru yeye na mama taifa kwa utenda kazi wao na kazi nzuri ambayo wamekuwa wakitufanyia. Historia hiyo itawekwa katika makavazi ya taifa na hata katika makavazi ya Mheshimiwa Rais. Anaelekezwa wakati alipoenda kutoa heshima zake tulipomwaga. Unihuisha nafsi yangu na kuniongoza katika njia zako, na fimbo yako vyanifariji. Waandaa meza mbele yangu machoni pa watesi wangu. Umenipaka mafuta kichwani.
This is an independent body. It's assessing all the ministries.
Taomba tusimame sote tunapoanza ibada yetu ya leo. Tutaongozwa na wanakwaya wetu kutoka Ikulu. Miaka 10 ya uchapakazi. Ni furaha ya miaka 10 ya uchapakazi. Wapi shangwe na vigelegele za Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta? Na vigelegele. Hongera. Alright.
Thank you, sir. Bishop? Yes. Wow. Karibu sana Kanze. Kari.
Household, tusaidiane tuondoe hiyo meza. Household, tusaidiane tuondoe ile State House.
Karibuni.
bendi yetu.
Maji mengi au moto uniachi, unalijua jina langu ewe Bwana, uniachi, unatengeneza njia hata mita kule jangwani, wewe ndiwe Alfa
Thank you very much, sir, for making me the first spokesperson who was female. Thank you for helping me write history, and I do not take it for granted. And for PSU, Your Excellency, they want to say a special thank you because you've enabled them to carry out their mandate, and we say thank you very much on behalf of all the other departments. Your Excellency, as we finish, we just want to ask that the Lord will bless you, that the Lord will keep you, that the Lord will strengthen your codes, that the Lord will enlarge your territory, but above all, together with your family, that no pestilence will come before you, that 1,000 may fall on your right-hand side, and 10,000 will fall on your left-hand side, but no harm will come upon you. We will miss you. You miss us, but we will miss you more as your staff, and we will miss you the most as the president of this republic. You have given us the opportunity to shine in the international market. You have given us the opportunity to be known as Kenya, and we thank you. May God bless you, and may God bless your family. Thank you.
So only those who trust in God will find peace, even in the midst of chaos, troubles, economic problems, insecurity. Only those who trust in God will find it. And those who are obedient to God's will and the commandments will find rest in the face of difficulties and the challenges in life. This is not a quote from me. It's actually from the Bible. And I know you don't have pens with you. And where I come from, and I'm preaching, people carry a notebook and a pen. So Isaiah 27, verse 5, and Malachi 2, verse 6, Zechariah 7, verse 9 and 10, and Jeremiah 6, verse 16 is that quote. So please do note that if you are looking for a peace, unasema sasa, nitapumzika niangalie ile ng'ombe yangu kidogo, taangalia biashara yangu kidogo, remember, rest and peace is not the only gift. So even outside there as you go, you need to trust this God. And therefore, because of time, I want now to go straight to the Word of God, where we read our scripture this morning, and I'm addressing all of you. Those are the words of King David when he was about to build God's house. And those words, I want you to look at what is your position for 10 years in State House. And what have you done in that position of yours in this noble office? And King David told the Israelites, once you read the first verse, he told the Israelites, we have prepared enough gold, enough silver, bronze, precious stones, iron, wood, to decorate the temple of God in the city of Jerusalem. But the most striking and important thing, which he says very clearly, he says in verse 3, because you don't have to go there, that's why I'm here for you. He says in verse 3, which I find it very important, which David did. What he has done after the Israelites have given everything and they have donated everything, he also makes a very important remark, and he says, moreover, because I have set my affection on the house of my God, I have given, on top of what the Israelites have done, I have given to the house of my God over and above all that I have prepared for the Holy Temple. Now this morning, we have given what is more and above in serving this nation for 10 good years. You have dedicated your time. You have dedicated your energy. You have dedicated your intellect. You have dedicated the most important thing to plan how to govern this nation from this office. And this afternoon, I want these words to address you specifically. There are those who gave gold. There are those who gave silver. In terms of thinking, time, guarding, from the highest, who is the head of the state, to the lowest, you have served this nation for 10 good years. In thinking, and that's more critical, you might think you did nothing. In protecting, so that things are okay. In serving the least, to make this compound look beautiful. You think you have done nothing. But I want to tell you, the Israelites served God with their King David, each according to the calling. We have served each according to the calling. If you are a musician, that's where you are serving. It's your gold that you are serving to. If you serve the president or any other staff with tea, if you are a secretary, if you are a planner, if you are a strategist, you have served in that capacity. And that's what David is saying. Each gave towards the building. You have done it for the sake of the Republic of Kenya. For 10 good years, you never went home. For 10 good years, you have been running up and down. For 10 good years, you have been planning and strategizing, even when it is so difficult, like the times of COVID. You have been planning on how our economy to improve. That is your building towards the nation. And that's what David is saying. He assembled the people. And thank God you have done that today. And I thank God I will use you as that example. That God has given you the privilege to serve God. And then David assembled people to pray.
I know a lot has been said. For that reason, I will not go to say much in terms of what has been said before. But just once again to really say how great and we appreciate you and the First Family for setting a role model that I do believe if the next leadership of this country can bowl a leave, it will make a difference for this nation. I'll give 2 examples, sir. If you recall, when you were still in the Treasury, there are 2 things that we did start, and which it is you, and if it was not for you, would not have been completed. If you take, for instance, the expressway, it is a concept we had started when you were still in the Treasury. When one is driving there, you either, whether are you still in Nairobi or you are in one of those places that we call developed part of the world. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that. The other one is the standard gauge rail. And if it was also not for your drive, there are those either out of envy would have wanted to create the challenges for it to, but you moved and said, you know what you're doing, and one day Kenyans will remember you. And indeed today, we have the standard gauge rail going all the way to Naivasha. Thank you, Your Excellency. I will not mention many other, but I felt I mentioned those 2 because to me, those were great investments that Kenyans will always remember, even when we joke about the British and the rail that they did put, they realize if it was not for you, the Kenya that we have today would not be where it is.
At the very start, when you took office, Your Excellency, you rightly emphasized that public office was a trust. We were here to serve the people of Kenya. That had implications. It meant, of course, building on the legacy of those who had come before. We were here to honor the memory and achievements of predecessors here at State House and build on what they had left us. No less important was your mandate to make our service to Kenyans more transparent, more accountable, and more prudent. We had to be ready to give a full account of the public trust we held to the Kenyans for whose sake we held. matters of some importance indeed. So I ask, have we let ourselves be guided by the President's vision and what the country ought to be? Have we been faithful to the trust the President and the people of the Republic have placed in us? We have. In the assessments released by the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Public Service, we have remained in the top 3 of ministries, agencies, and departments since 2018. Further, we have won the Auditor General's Financial Reporting Award in 1919 and 1920, proof not just by the high standard of our work, but also of our willingness to accept close public scrutiny. Have we remembered and honored the public servants who came before us? We have, under your leadership, sir. We have the first presidential library and museum in the country's history, proof of your awareness of the importance of close attention to our past. Nor were these achievements gained at the expense of our staff. We have served those who serve. Under your leadership, Your Excellency, sir, we have established a bereavement kitty, Christmas gift and parties, and a new administration block. No less important, and at your instructions, we have overhauled the process of promotions here and emphasized the importance of merit for advancement of this. Let me comment, Your Excellency, on this paragraph. Under your guidance, we have made sure not a single of our staff of whichever level have ever lacked when they are either bereaved or they have some sick ones at home. We have followed your guidance and we have always made sure we have stood by them, and they can all testify. Nobody has ever been left to struggle. Our children have been well mentored under the People Reward Scheme, PURES, which extends to identify children through the country who would benefit from the President's patronage and encouragement. Let me also mention the President's Green Army initiative. I don't know whether the Green Army are here. Under the Brigadier, he is in white, but he leads a Green Army. Are they here? Wonderful. That army, known as Green Army, when COVID came, Your Excellency, you directed that the young people, the young children, young men and women of whose their parents are the staff here should not be left idle. And whereas everybody else who are in charge of certain areas supports had to stay at home, they stepped in. They did better than what we were doing when Corona was not there. They have kept the standards of cleanliness of this institution very, very high. Not only that, you taught and trained them how to save. They have a cooperative. You are going to leave them very rich young men, very responsible, children who knows how to save. And we thank you for this, Your Excellency, because you have really given them a training which they will value all their lifetime. On the President's concern for education, I wish especially to thank you for your concern for our children here who would have lost far more of their school time had they not facilitated State House School, which allowed them to continue to learn through the COVID pandemic. It is not, and it was not intended to be a substitute for ordinary education, but as anyone who has seen recent research into the consequence of children of being out of school will know, there have been few things better for their development than letting them continue to learn. Here too, we owe you, the President, and our First Lady, our gratitude. Equally, Her Excellency, the First Lady, health program gathered under the Beyond Zero banner have been a great benefit not just to the wider public, but to those too who serve the President and people of Kenya right here in this office. And again, while we are thinking about the President's concern for our welfare, I wish to mention, and with a heartfelt gratitude, the care you have taken of the security staff in a variety of ways through your care, throughout your time in office, and of their families when they have lost their lives in the line of duty. Sir, we are immensely grateful, and may the Lord rest the souls of comfort the families of those who have lost. I feel greatly privileged to have served under you, sir, and to have had your guidance and support throughout my time here, sir. The same is true of everyone for whom I speak for. Our time in public service under your leadership has been a privilege because you have shown us precisely how to serve. Your warmth, your generosity, your openness to other Kenyans, and your care for their good, your patriotism. And these have set a lasting example to us, sir, and the First Lady. You have been our model of what a leader can and should be. That is why, even though it will soon be time to part, your legacy is safe. Your example will always remain in our hearts. And wherever we go, whatever comes after, we will ever remember and emulate the generosity, the openness, and the patriotism that were your gift to us and to the Republic.
Kwa niaba yangu, kwa niaba ya bibi yangu, watoto wangu na familia yangu yote, niseme kwamba tuko na shukrani kwenu nyinyi nyote, department zote hapa State House, kutoka housekeeping mpaka wale ambao wamefanya kwa gardens, mpaka wale wanafanya accounting, wale wanafanya maintenance, garage, wale wanafanya wale wanafanya escort, wote siwezi niwataje wote. Tuseme tunawashukuru sana kwa vile tumeweza kufanya kazi pamoja kwa muda wa miaka hiyo. Na kwa niaba yetu zote, we shall miss you, and but at the same time we shall have very fond memories of our time together with yourselves. Asanteni sana kwa kila kitu. Tunashukurani sana. Asante hata kwa kwaya, kwa police band na wote. It has been indeed a great pleasure and a great joy working together, because if you're working in an environment where you are happy, you are also able to deliver. And we can only thank that to each and every one of you individually and collectively. Na hiyo ina apply kwetu sisi ambao tumekuwa hapa State House, kwa state lodges na state houses zile zingine zote. Tafadhali kwa wale ambao hawakuweza kufika hapa siku ya leo, mufikishe shukurani zetu, mufikishe asante zetu. Jahazi ya serikali ama nchi haisimami, yaendelea. Sisi tulichukua usukani kutoka kwa wengine na tutapatia wengine, kwa sababu nchi lazima isonge mbele. Yangu kwa sababu vile tulipata wengi wenu mkiwa hapa, wengi wenu pia tutawawacha hapa. Na yangu ni kuwaomba, vile tumefanya kazi pamoja, pia mshirikiane na hawa wengine ambao watakuja, na muwasaidie pia kutimiza mengi na makubwa hata zaidi, na ndio hii nchi yetu iweze kusonga mbele. Because it is that dedication to work, that commitment to your country, that patriotism, that dedication, that is the difference between great nations and small banana republics. It is not an individual cannot make a country great, but a team and people working together has the capacity to make a country great. Kwa hivyo ombi yangu tu nimshikilie pia hao wengine ambao watakuja vile mmetushikilia sisi, muwasaidie, na ndio hii jahazi tunaita Kenya iweze kusonga mbele na tuweze kuendelea kujenga taifa yetu, iwe taifa ambayo sisi wote pahali popote tutakuwa tunajivunia na tunafurahia.